to tie a crane fly larva, and this is a really easy pattern to tie, and could imitate a couple of different types of insects, not just the crane fly, but also a grub or an aquatic worm. And so I'm starting off with a curved nymph hook or hopper hook, and that's in a size 10, and I'll add some additional weight, and I do this for the weight but also to help shape the body of the pattern. So I'll try to keep it centered on the hook shank, and I'll remove the ends. The thread that I'm going to use is a 140, and this is in a rusty brown. I'll start this in front of the lead, reach back, and then take my wraps through. And when it's locked in, I can remove the tag end. I'll bring my thread down past the bend to about the barb in the hook, and that's where I'll tie in my tail. And since I'm going to tie this in brown, you can use a lot of different colors, grays, olives even work well. I'm going to use just a soft hackle, and I've pulled some material away from the tip, and I'll strip that off. And I'm only interested in that very tip section. And when I'm happy with it, I'll set it on its side, and I'll take a wrap, and then I'll pull the end so it bunches those fibers up and gets it nice and centered. Tie that in and trim, and I'll take a moment to work on that transition between the hook and the lead, and then I'll bring my thread up to just behind the eye, and that's where I can tie in my body. For a lot of these patterns, people use a chewy skin and something that has a little bit of flash to it. Great material, love the way it looks. And the only part that I don't like about it is some of its durability. So I'm going to use a virtual nymph skin, and this is in translucent. And this is a really tough product, and allows me to help add some dimension to the body just by adjusting the tension on it. So cut it at an angle, I'll tie it into the front and stretch it tight and wrap it down all the way to my tail, and I'll come back up and again work on that transition. And then I'll leave my thread just behind the eye. So now with the nymph skin, again, you can adjust the width of the body by how many times you wrap this. So you can wrap it up and back down and then start your segments, and it's going to add some dimension. If you build up enough of a thread body, and with the help of the lead, you might be able to do it in one pass. So I'm going to start my wraps and applying moderate tension and covering the previous wrap by about 50%. You can see it starts to create that nice segmented look. And the less I pull on it, the fuller the body's going to be. When I get to the front, I'll apply some more pressure to it, and that'll help create that taper back to the front. Take one more wrap behind the eye, pull it straight up, and tie it off. A couple wraps on top and underneath, and then I'll hold it up again and trim tight. Now I can finish tying off this thread head and a whip finish. and trim. And now the final step is to add some color to the top of it. So I'll take a Sharpie, and again I'll use a brown, or you can use a light tan, and I find the trick with this is to take it slow, apply a couple of coats if need be. I don't want this to be real dark, and so what I'll do, using either my finger or a towel or spare rag, is to clean off some of the surface that I covered. So I'll start at the front, I'll take a swipe down, I'll come back through and clean that off so it's not quite as bold as just the color itself. It's got a little bit of blend to it. Areas that I might want to make a little bit darker, like the front, I'll let sit on there longer. Before taking it off. You can also come back and put dots through if you'd like, and that'll help again give it some character to the top. I'm going to take one stroke coming back again, just kind of right in the middle, to give a little bit of extra segmentation on the top. So now this is ready to fish just as is. One thing that I like to do, not for structural reasons, but for the aesthetics, is add a little bit of epoxy to it, and I like the Go-To glue by Loctite. And so I'll take a thin layer over the top of this, and what I think it does is it really brings out some of that color. It gives you more depth to the marker that you just added. Again, it'll add some protection, but with this thin skin, doesn't really need it. So I'll only apply the glue to the areas that I covered in marker. And again, you can adjust the color of this pattern pretty simple. I like the translucent body to start, and then I'll build in other colors on top of that. The other nice thing about this Loctite product is it won't eat away your thin skin, so you don't have to worry about it dissolving into your body material. So that's it. Again, really simple. You can adjust different colors in different sizes. It'll imitate different aquatic insects, but that is pretty straightforward crane fly larva.